from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
An update on Henrico's reapportionment process. New COVID cases in Henrico schools are down. And stop bringing guns to the airport. We'll have details in today's Henrico News Minute for Thursday, October 21st, 2021.
And now for the news.
Well, there will be new proposed boundaries for Henrico's 5 magisterial districts in less than 2 months as part of the county's ongoing reapportionment process. The effort is required every decade by the Virginia Constitution in order to ensure an even distribution of citizens in each district following the release of new U.S. Census data. Initial data from the 2020 census came out this summer. Henrico's population grew by more than 27,000 people during the past decade to a total of just more than 334,000 according to the census. Most of that growth occurred in the Three Chopt and Brooklyn districts in the northwestern part of the county. Henrico remained the 6th largest locality in Virginia and grew at a rate of 8%. That exceeded the growth rate of Fairfax County and Virginia Beach, 2 of the 3 largest localities in the state. Now, the Three Chopt district stands to lose the most residents, just as it did a decade ago. It's more than 8,700 people over the ideal population of just under 67,000. But the 2 districts that must gain the most residents, Varina, nearly 4,500, and Fairfield, nearly 4,400, don't touch Three Chopt, so that means that there will have to be a domino effect with districts taking from others in order to even things out. In the end, each district must be within at least 5% of the ideal population, and the overall deviation can't exceed 10%, according to Henrico Planning Director Joe Emerson. As officials work to revise the boundaries, they'll also seek to keep districts as compact and contiguous as possible and relatively in their existing shapes. They'll also try to avoid splitting neighborhoods or communities of note and avoid diluting the minority vote. Now, the next steps in this process take place next week, October 25th. There will be a public information session at the Eastern Henrico Recreation Center at 6 p.m. 2 days later, the same format will take place at the Western Government Center at the same time. Citizens will be able to provide input at both, and then there will be 2 public hearings, November 30th and December 14th, both at 7 p.m. In between, on November 9th, officials will introduce ordinances to enact the proposal. The county then will submit its proposal to the Attorney General's office for pre-clearance in order to comply with the Virginia Voting Rights Act from earlier this year. Then the new district should take effect in February of next year. If you have questions, you can visit henrico.us/REAPP2021. For the second straight week, Henrico schools have reported a decline in the weekly number of new school-related COVID-19 cases. There were 73 total cases reported among students and staff members last week, 42 in elementary schools, 11 in middle schools, and 19 in high schools, as well as 1 in the facilities annex. The week prior to that, there were 91 new cases, and 2 weeks ago there were 109 new cases. In the most recent week, there were almost 400 close contacts reported, 165 in high schools, 150 in elementary schools, and 81 in middle schools, as well as 2 in the facilities annex. Now, in total, since September 1st, there have been 852 school-related cases reported by the school system among the 48,000 or so in-person students and 7,000 staff members. Now, the school system has at-home COVID-19 test kits that are available currently in schools to send home with students or staff members who are either showing symptoms or who have been exposed to COVID-19. The program is aiming to reduce the amount of time students need to spend out of school due to quarantine. A Richmond woman tried to carry a .38 caliber handgun loaded with 8 bullets onto her flight at Richmond International Airport October 19th. Bad idea. The gun was detected in the X-ray machine at the security checkpoint, and the woman was arrested on a weapons charge. It was the 15th time so far this year that a gun has been stopped at an RIC checkpoint. It happened 22 times last year and 14 times each of the previous 2 years. Virginia Union University is offering 25 full tuition scholarships to current Henrico County Public Schools 8th graders through a program called VUU Henrico Scholars. The scholarships will begin once the students graduate from a Henrico high school in 2026. Recipients also will get college readiness support while they're in high school, and they'll participate in events at Virginia Union during that time. Non-tuition costs like room and board and other fees are not covered in the scholarships. Interested students can apply for the opportunity beginning November 1st and continuing through December 17th. Recipients will be selected and then announced in March. To learn more, visit henricoschools.us and look under Hot Topics. There's also a virtual family information session planned October 27th from 7 to 8 p.m., during which you can learn more and ask questions. If you'd like to attend that, visit tinyurl.com/VUU Henrico Scholars Program. If you want to help the Henrico school system with matters related to health issues, now's your chance. You can apply for one of several spots on the School Health Advisory Board, which helps provide input on critical health issues from health policy to the coordination of school health programs. Parents, students, professionals, educators, and others in the community are invited to apply. The board is seeking representation from each of the county's 5 magisterial districts. If you're interested, visit henricoschools.us and look under Hot Topics. Applications are due by October 29th. Members serve for 3 years and may be reappointed.